Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Another day, another Labour policy slowly going up in smoke, it seems. Yes, and this is a good one to burn. Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson is doing the morning rounds this morning. She was around talking to all the usual suspects, Sky, BBC, you name it, talking to the press, doing the radios and so forth. And what she was doing is trying to suggest that one of the proposals in the Unemployment Rights Bill, which is the day one dismissal, basically they said you can't dismiss someone in the act. You take them on, you've got to be there 6 months, kind of thing. You cannot fire them on day one, and the person cannot sue the company if it's only been there a day, kind of thing. That's been dropped. That's been dropped out of the proposals, and she's trying to say that, oh, well, yes, that's perfectly normal in these sort of things. It goes through. We weren't necessarily in breach of our manifesto. The strange thing is, throughout their whole approach to the election, they swore blind and said that they were going to insist that the Employment Rights Bill would not be watered down. And yet, as it goes through the Lords, it's being watered down yet again. Now, she was being interviewed on Sky News, and she said that there was her words, a very real prospect that unless that discussion had taken place and a pragmatic approach was reached, that there'd be over a year's delay to the bill. Basically, what they're saying is they've been forced to drop this because the Lords were going to do it anyway, and if they didn't, the Lords would just held the entire bill up in committee stage in the Lords. And what she's doing is acknowledging that the House of Lords are actually doing more good by delaying this bill than by forcing it through. And then she was asked if that was a broken promise from the manifesto, which of course it is. But she said, in the manifesto, what we said was that we would work with trade unions and with businesses, with civil society, in consulting on those protections that we'd be bringing forward. So there are both parts to that within the manifesto, the important rights and the consultation. We've done that. No, they didn't. That's quite clearly a lie. They did not say they're going to consult. They said they are going to bring this in. I suppose you could say it's polishing the turd again. It is trying to rephrase what was said, rather than actually clarifying what was said by actually understanding it. What was actually said in the manifesto was that Labour will stop the chaos and turn the page to create a partnership between businesses and trade unions by implementing Labour's plan to make work pay in full. They're saying they want to introduce legislation within 100 days. Now, here's the line. We will consult fully with business workers and civil society on how to put our plans into practice before legislation is passed, not to consult on what those plans are. Here are our plans. This is what's going in. We're going to consult with you on how to put them in, but not consult on whether we change them or not. It's a lie. And they have been caught out. But then it's their manifesto. Every part of that is a lie. They're doing nothing that's in the manifesto. They're doing loads that was never in the manifesto. And they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes and make us look as though we're stupid. But we ain't stupid. We can read and we have memories. And we know when we spot a liar. They're usually wearing a red rosette. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks very much. Bye.